What is up and welcome to Mamps on the Map. So you join me in a fresh new car. I'm so glad to be back in a car, trying food, doing what we plan to do. So for the first part of the video we're going to check out the new car, and then in the second part of the video we're heading to John I Catering. They're normally a wedding caterers, but they've opened up a takeaway service and they're doing multicolored burgers with an Indian twist. And I'm hungry and I can't wait to get my munch on. But you probably want to see what car we've got today, and as you've seen in the title, it's the E-Class Coupe, so let's take a look. So let's talk you through the E-Class Coupe. It's an E350 and it's an absolutely incredible place to be. It's full on luxury. It's an absolute baller interior. Probably one of the nicest interiors that I've seen in a car. So let's take a look and I'll show you some of the features that this car has. Right, so let's start with the steering wheel. You've got this nice thick flat bottom steering wheel and you can control pretty much the whole of the infotainment system through the right side and the left side. The right side controls the digital dash and then the left side will control the screen here. And this huge 12.3 inch screen is normally an optional extra in E-classes, but this being the 2019 E350, it includes that as standard. Let's do a cheeky horn check, shall we? Nice undertones of pop, a bit of pomp action. So as you can see here, you've got your speedometer. It's completely customizable with this. So you just essentially click home, it will open up a menu and you can go through all your settings. So you've got access to navigation, your car information, any assistance information, radio. And you know what's sick about this car is that you can change the design of these speedometers. So you want a more sporty look, you can take that. You want a classic look, or if you want kind of this more futuristic look, they got you covered. And it's got cruise control and a speed limiter. And then this side controls the left side of the screen, as I've said, but you can also control the infotainment system through this design. So here is a touchpad, or you can use this wheel here. And this particular car is kitted out with absolutely everything you could need. So sat nav is obviously standard. You've got access to your telephone, your media, but it's also got this connect option, which allows the car to connect to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And that is a game changer. I've never used it before, but it shows Google Maps, which is sometimes, or most of the time, a lot better than the in-car sat nav. And it also allows you to control your Spotify and your music and things like that. And you'll receive messages and you can make phone calls that way. So it's actually a lot easier than the inbuilt applications. Now, the infotainment system is a significant improvement from the previous generation, but it can be a bit laggy at times. That is kind of one of the negatives. And also these touch sensitive controls here and here, they're just not the most responsive thing. But apart from that, I can't really complain with the interior of the car. This is a step up from most car manufacturers' interiors. As for the other features in this car, look, you've got this nice Mercedes Benz clock. You've got dual zone climate control. And what I love about the Mercedes, and I think every car should have this, instead of having your seat controls here, which are just bare annoying to try and change the seat, it has it here. So it just makes it so easy to just adjust the seat as you will, and it's got this little diagram. You've got heated seats, you've got memory seats. This particular car comes with the upgraded Burmester sound system, which sounds absolutely fire. The bass in this sound system is ridiculous. It is a sick sound system. Now, one feature that you can't see as well because it's light is the ambient lighting in this car, and it is just insane. Driving this car at night, you just can't beat it. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to nighttime so you can see this lighting in action, and we'll go through some of the different lighting settings. So this is the car in the night, and as you can see, it just looks incredible. You've got this ambient lighting that runs throughout the front of the car. and down the center console as well, and it even illuminates the foot passages. And there's a whole spectrum of colors that you can go through. So we want green, we got green. We want yellow, we got yellow. Whatever color you want, we got it. You want it, we got it, go buy it. It just changes the whole atmosphere of the car. Okay, so next let's move on to the storage. So you just press this, it lifts up, and you've got 2 cup holders. That's how you connect to Android Auto, and you've got this wireless charging pad. Now, the issue I have with the wireless charging pad is it doesn't fit my phone. So I'm currently recording on my mobile, and I have a Samsung S20 Ultra, which it doesn't fit in there, so it's pretty useless for me. So, great. Good job. Keep up the hard work. Can't charge my phone, but you've got USBs and things to charge it. And then we've got more storage here, which again, you've got SD card and 2 USBs. And a nice bit of storage. As for the glove box, you've got a nice bit of storage in there. It's full of documents and all that jazz. And then you've got some decent door bins as well. Now, one feature that I didn't think I ever wanted in a car, but is actually a game changer, especially when you've got rare but mad sunny weather like today, is the panoramic roof. So look at this. So the panoramic roof is also proper nice to have, especially with the weather like this. So normally with coupes, it's only the front windows that come down, but in this case, the rear windows come down as well. So let me show you this in action, because again, I don't know whether I'm just satisfied with these minor things, but this is amazing. So watch this. So here, look, you've got your normal window, but then check this out. Whoa, look at this. How mad is that? I literally can't figure out which window to do. Great. Come on. Okay, I've just spent ages trying to... There you go. Now, another amazing feature about this car that again is an extra is the reversing camera system. Now, this is a rear-facing camera, but there's also a 360 camera. Because this car has cameras around the entire car, it allows you to map this bird's eye view appearance of the car, which is just ridiculous how that works. Now, all of these extras, they're part of the Premium Plus pack. So with the Premium Plus pack, what you get is you get the Burmeister sound system, the wireless charging, LED headlights, you get the 360-degree cameras, you get the panoramic sunroof and the automatic boot lid, which I'll show you in a second. As for another feature of this car, you have a little butler here who, when you get into the car, will give you a seatbelt. A useful thing that you probably want to know about this car is what is it like in the back and what's the boot space like. So let's get in the back of the car and see how I fit. So as for the space in the back of the seats, let's just lift this forward. And the cool thing is that it goes forward by itself, but it takes a while. Like, literally it's still going. Let's creep into the back of the car. You pull this back and again it goes back to the original seating position, which is a nice feature, so the guy driving doesn't have to adjust the seats. This is what it's like in the back of the E-Class Coupe. It's not bad, there's a decent amount of headroom. Now, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but I'd say that if you're, 6 foot, I don't think you would have too much of a problem with this. But I'm talking about me being 5'9" with shoes. So yeah, man's taller than that. In the back, you've got some nice vents. You've got some cup holders. And it's not a bad place to be. And then you think, okay, standard seats, not bad. And then you just go, BAM! And you've got these nice little inserts. A bit of storage there. A bit of storage there. Some kind of flat storage there. All kinds of storage. We got storage and games in the back of the E-Class Coupe. But let's get out of the back of the car. Let's check out the boot. Okay, so this is the boot. There you go. And so this is the boot space. There's quite a lot of boot space, and you've got a bit of underfloor storage as well. So it's nice. You got a bit of a med kit. I wonder what's in here. Got the old first aid kit, or the Premier Secours, the Bolsa de Emergencia, or the Verbantage.
You speak very good French.
Gracias.
Nice. You got your supplies. A bit of gauze. A bit of steri strips when you're on an adventure in the E-Class Coupe. Nice bit of side netting here, nice bit of side netting here, and there's a disc lock. Now, I wouldn't recommend getting that disc lock. The reason being is that it puts pressure on the horn when you lock it, and so the horn just doesn't stop. So I'd probably get a circular disc lock. It's probably a lot better for this type of car. And then what's cool about this car and completely unnecessary is this. So by now you're probably wondering, what engine does this car have? I've mentioned E350, but let's take a look at the engine properly and I'll talk you through some of the specs of this car. So driving this car is a 2 litre petrol. It's got about 299 brake horsepower and about 295 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60, 5.9 seconds. So you've seen the interior of the car, you've seen the exterior of the car, but I think it's time we go for a drive to see what this thing can truly do. So let's start this bad boy up, and then I will give you a quick exhaust note check, and then we'll get on the road. Okay, so it doesn't sound too bad. Sounds a bit flat. Okay, I don't know why I expected it. It is a 2 litre petrol, but I don't know, I just thought it'd sound a bit better than it does. But hey ho, let's get on the road and see how this thing drives. Right, so you join me in the E350 Coupe. I've been driving this car now for a few days, so I've got a good kind of feel of what it's like to drive. Now, like I said before, in terms of the specs, it's about 300 brake horsepower, it's a 2 litre petrol. So don't let the E350 make you think that it's a 3 litre. I personally prefer a more powerful engine because I've had, you know, family sit in this car and they've asked me if it's a diesel because it sounds a bit like a diesel and the pickup is quite slow. There's a bit of a delay when you put your foot down and kind of getting that acceleration. I can't tell that it's a petrol. But that's just my opinion. It has something called EQ Boost. They say it's kind of like a hybrid, but it's not really. The EQ Boost provides a bit better efficiency, but it also provides about 14 brake horsepower extra. So when you put your foot down, you do get a tiny bit of extra power because of this EQ Boost system. This car performs incredibly well when you're just cruising. So at the moment, we're gonna just put it into comfort mode, and this is, in my opinion, when it drives at its best. It's a very, very comfortable, luxurious drive, and it's a beautiful place to be. Very nice. In terms of the efficiency of this car, you're looking at about 40 miles per gallon, which is actually decent. We are stuck in traffic lights, which is standard Birmingham driving. Is stuck in traffic lights and trying not to get hit by other cars. We will let this guy go through. There you go, matey. All right, mate. How you doing? And I think for long journeys, this car's perfect. It's one of the most comfortable cars I've sat in. You know, the seats, they hug you nicely. So what we'll do is we'll flip this into Sport Plus mode. Foot's to the floor. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that's me putting the foot down, and it does have that power, but you're not really getting that kick, that burst of intense performance, because it's not a performance car. This is a luxury coupe made for cruising, perfect for grand touring or long distance driving. You can't go wrong in terms of the luxury and the comfort element of this car, and that's when I think this car is in its prime. So that, in a nutshell, is the E350 Coupe. So I think it's time to head to John R Catering, get some multicoloured burgers, take them back home and give them a taste, give them a review and get the job done. Now, I didn't plan this route, and now the issue is I'm still on the motorway and I don't know how to get off. So I'm just going to keep driving until the next exit, and then we'll head to John R Catering, get a munch on, bish bash bosh, job done, video done, smashed it. Please give me a like, subscribe, you know the biz. So that concludes part 1 of this 2-part Maps on the Map special. We've reviewed the E-Class Coupe. Within the next week, part 2 will be coming out, where we're reviewing that multicoloured burger from John R's Catering. As always, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.